I'm Grace Brister. Alabama softball played its last regular season home game today against LSU. After a tough loss yesterday to the Tigers, the Crimson Tide came fighting back. Bottom of the first, Ashley Prange sends one over the left field fence. Prange leads the team with 13 home runs on the season. This was Montana Fout's second complete game shutout of the weekend. She only allowed 2 hits and 1 walk in this game. In the bottom of the third, Prange hits it right back to the pitcher, and she's out at first, but she brings in Larissa Pruitt for the Tide. Alabama wins 2-0, taking the weekend series. They'll be back in action Friday, May 5th at Ole Miss. In Game 1 and Game 3, Alabama hit home runs in the first inning. Head coach Patrick Murphy said this helps set the tone for the rest of the game.
I think it's huge. I think it gets the crowd into it. I think our dugout gets into it. And both times, they were absolute bombs. And that gets everybody excited, including the coaching staff. So fun to see from a senior. And, both of them were no doubters.
Alabama baseball faced LSU this afternoon to finish up the weekend series. The Tide is down by 1 in the bottom of the 4th, and Jim Jarvis hits one right here to right for an RBI double, bringing in Ed Johnson to tie the game up. And Jarvis does it again in the 7th. The Tide is down by 1, and Jarvis knocks one to left, bringing in Colby Shelton to tie it up again. Here in a second, you're going to see Shelton round the bases, and here he is. He's safe at home. LSU fights back, putting up 4 runs in the 8th. Here's Paxton Kling with a solo home run that brings the Tigers to 13. LSU wins 13-11. The Tide will be back at home Thursday, May 4th to face Vanderbilt. Alabama women's basketball got a new commit for 2024, Chloe Spreen from Indiana. Spreen averaged 19 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 3.2 assists last season, and a state championship win with the Bedford North Lawrence High School Stars. Spreen had multiple offers from schools across the nation, but she says she chose UA because she felt valued and wanted through the program. She says Alabama has a family feel to it that felt just right for her. Former Northridge Jaguar star Broderick Martin was drafted to the Detroit Lions on Friday night, and he says this was something he used to dream about as a kid, and it still feels unreal. I spoke with Martin this morning, and he told me how it all went down, and it all started with a phone call from head coach Dan Campbell.
He said, "You want to be a Lion?" My whole heart just like dropped. I said, yes, of course. I ran, this is how excited I was. I ran from the top floor. There's 6 floors in the hotel. I ran from the top floor. I ran down 6 flights of stairs to get to the bottom, to get to my mama, because she was down here setting up stuff for my little draft party. I ain't even got to the draft party yet. And that was my reaction. I was just running all through the hotel. All you see was me running, my big stuff running, and it was crazy.
Martin says that he would not have been able to get to this point without God and his mom. Going forward, he says he's going to give 100% every day, and he wants to do what he can to help the organization be the best it can be. Martin says he knows what it's like to have a dream, and his advice to other players is not to give up on those dreams.
Whatever you want, work at it every single day. Eventually it's going to work out. It ain't no timeline on it. God he's always on time. He's always on time, so you just keep God first, you keep praying, and you work at your craft, whatever you want to do, and it'll work out, I promise.
5 former Alabama players signed to NFL teams as undrafted free agents. Emil Ekiyor signs with his hometown Indianapolis Colts. DJ Dale signed with the Buffalo Bills. Eli Ricks signed with the Eagles. Jalen Moody signed with the Bengals. And Kendall Randolph signed with the Seahawks. Former Sanford Bulldog linebacker Nathan East signed as an undrafted free agent to the Los Angeles Chargers. Former Hillcrest Patriot Jaquez Jones was invited to rookie minicamp by the Atlanta Falcons. Jones started his career at Ole Miss and appeared in every game his freshman and sophomore year and 9 out of 10 games his junior year. He transferred to the Kentucky Wildcats, where he started all 19 games, recorded 123 tackles, and was selected as a team captain. His performance at Falcons minicamp could earn him an invitation to training camp in July. Former Alabama golfer Cheyenne Knight finished tied for 6th at the LPGA LA Championship at Wilshire Country Club. She went 2 over on the day, but finished the tournament 7 under. That's going to do it for us tonight in sports, but stick around. WVUA 23 News at 10 will be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my last broadcast here at WVUA before I take off for my next venture in Mobile. If you've been to this station before, you've noticed that there is a quote by Benjamin Franklin that's been plastered on the wall in our lobby. It says this: "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn." I can easily say that you at home have involved me in my practices, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for that. Gracie will take over from here. I've known her for 2 years, and I'm confident to say that we're leaving you in good hands. So, Gracie, welcome to the desk.
Thank
now,
you.
Grace Brister, you have a announcement too. What is it?
Yes, this is also my last show at WVUA before I head over to Columbus, Mississippi, and I'm forever grateful for everything WVUA has brought me and all the people I've been able to serve here in Tuscaloosa over the years. But don't worry, we've got a whole sports team here to keep you updated on your local sports.
We also want to take this opportunity to thank all of our WVUA graduating senior interns and wish them all their best for their futures. And from what I understand, we have a few seconds left in this show, so I will take this time now for the last time. Good night, West Alabama.